Alright, so I've had this cart that came with my Miller welder that I got years ago. So, and it works fine. I mean, it's nothing basic, just your standard cart that they sold with these things, or whatever, 80 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever they were. But one of my biggest issues I have with it is you got an extension cord here, or like a regular extension cord or air hose, and it's laying across the ground, obviously, so you can get power. So I'll be working on my welding table here, then I gotta move it over to work on my truck. And so when you go to push this backwards, what happens is you catch the wheel and it stops. So then you got to get back here and kick it out of the way so you can move it again. So I was thinking about how to do that. So I thought maybe some type of guard that would help push these out away from around that tire. So got out my 3D printer, started messing with it, and some CAD, and this was my first idea. And the idea behind this one was it would go over the top like this, and it'd sit down like this. It was a little tight, then make a little bracket to mount up on the top here. But I made it too skinny, and kind of took forever to print, used a bunch of filament, and kind of wasn't necessary. So then I tried another version, and so then I made this one here. And what this one does is, with this cart, there's a piece of like 1-inch square tubing down here that I can drill it into, and I can drop this over the tire like that. But I ended up being wrong and making the spacing wrong on these. Plus it was pretty flimsy through here. I didn't know how much it would work. So then I created a third one right here. I was using up whatever old filament I have laying around. It's not quite perfect because who knows how long these have been open. I added a little fillet across the bottom and widened it out. I probably should have added one across the top. And then I moved these holes together on it so that I could screw it. So what I'll do is I'll flip it over, and then this is just going to mount right into the bottom with a couple of self-tapper screws over the top of the tire, and then you can kind of adjust it. So go ahead, pull everything off the cart, and then I'll screw these onto each side and see how it does. Alright, so here you can just see them installed here. All they are, just two self-tappers, and I slot it so I can adjust it in and out, and then make the wheels spin. So probably looking at, if I did it again, I may put a little taper in this side here just to pull it out, make it have a little more shape to it, so they're not quite so tight, because I think it's bowed in a little bit from printing. But flip it over, put everything back on there, and see if it gets stuck on the cords. All right, so everything's loaded back on the cart, and then watch. And it just pushes all that out of the way. So that's definitely a win. Got a couple ideas on what I'm gonna do on the front ones. So I think I'm gonna try to draw something up for those. So that'll probably be a second video. So we'll see how well these hold up, because they're just regular PLA. And you can see I left about a 1/4 inch maybe of clearance underneath. So yeah, I'll probably still get stuck on a zip tie. But at least the cords aren't gonna be a problem that I have the most problems with. And see how they hold up. Maybe I'll have to do PETG or do some ASA or something once I get a printer that can do it. But see how these hold up, and if I have problems, then create a new one. So anyway, thanks for watching.